So I'm sure people probably have been seeing the new statistic thing that has been popping up with Forza Horizon 5 hitting 5.8 million copies on PlayStation, man, which is honestly absolutely insane to me. I'm not all that shocked, though, if I have to be real. I'll talk about why I think that is. But what this also shows me, though, is it's not really about the exclusivity thing, which, to be real, is dumb in itself. I really think we shouldn't even have it. Every game should be on every platform because all that would actually do is make more money from those companies because other people want to buy them. But keeping that locked to one console kind of locks out hundreds of thousands or even millions, as we are seeing now, from wanting to get some of those games. Now, what's kind of funny about this, though, is we all do know this kind of shows that the market for racing is clearly there. I mean, is it obvious at this point? People clearly want a good racing game. This game released on PlayStation 3.5 years after it came out, okay? And it still did over 5 million copies, dude. Imagine Forza Horizon 6 for a minute when that launches on PlayStation later this year. I bet you it might even double that number because it's newer, way more people are going to be on it. It's probably going to be pretty dang insane. And what I kind of think about with this, though, is other racing games like Need for Speed, for example, which, guys, I understand Unbound was probably one of the most hated Need for Speeds, at least from what I have seen. And to be honest, I have had a lot of fun on that game playing multiplayer and different things. I do understand the single player was not all that great, but I did enjoy the multiplayer of the game. But I gotta say, a lot of people speak kind of negatively on the game, which nowadays is probably pretty easy to do, but that's probably after how Need for Speed Heat did and all that. I will not break that stuff down, but I gotta say, though, what's kind of funny is, for all we know, EA might be over there going, oh, Need for Speed games don't sell, racing games don't make any money, and Forza Horizon just over here like, are you sure about that, bro? Are you really sure? People clearly want a racing game, and yet EA just kind of just shelved one of the series that kind of brought EA up even more about 20 years ago, and then they shelved it. That's something I had to mention. But with the statistics of Forza Horizon 5, though, there's a few things I did want to go over with this, guys, because I gotta admit, this is pretty amazing. So, collectively, Microsoft has made over $667 million from bringing their games over to PlayStation, dude. Just think about that for a minute, which is kind of wild. I mean, I'm not like too surprised, as it kind of shows that other people want more games. And again, exclusivity has the point of, oh, you guys can make way more money if you put the game on every platform. I understand they might want to have the rights to it. Maybe they want to have that an exclusive thing to the platform, I guess. But bro, you'd make so much more money simply just, putting it out there. But this will also then say Forza Horizon 5, which launched on PS5 last year, 3.5 years after the Xbox and PC, accounts for almost half of those revenues. That's $323 million via 5.8 million copies, dude. Can we just think about that for a minute? That is kind of wild how this game sold that much. I'm willing to go out on a limb here and say this game probably sold more than Need for Speed Unbound did on PlayStation. I mean, that's probably obvious, right? I would almost guarantee Unbound did not have 5.8 million copies sold. You know what I'm saying? Because if it did, we'd probably have Need for Speed Heat 2. I can dream, right? That would be something. And I would also kind of say I doubt Motorfest has 5.8 million copies on PlayStation. Now, the difference there, though, is keep in mind Forza is only on PS5, okay? It is not on PS4. Motorfest is on PS5 and 4. So I wonder how the numbers on that are. I was trying to look at like the game and the numbers and all that, but I couldn't find a definitive answer on how many people might be on just PlayStation, compared to the other platforms. But the overall player base on that, on one of the playlists, which has the highest number, is over 8 million players on that one. Keep in mind that's PS4, PS5, both Xboxes, One and Series X, and PC is that number. So I gotta admit, seeing 5.8 million on one console like this, dude, it shows you that there really is a market for racing games out there. And it makes me interested to see what Lighthouse and also Maverick does, because that will simply bring out more games into the entire genre that will hopefully make other games go, oh, well, we have to improve, or oh, maybe it will make EA go, oh, maybe we should release our game now, or maybe we should actually work on a Need for Speed game. I mean, it's just kind of crazy to me, dude, because it's showing you that players actually want these games, and everyone can hate on Forza if they want. But man, 5.8 million copies on a 3.5-year-old game. This game literally outsold Assassin's Creed when it came out, which Assassin's Creed came out back then as well. Think about that for a minute, guys. I understand they're completely different games and all that, but still, I mean, that's still pretty crazy to me that people are really buying the game like that. And I can definitely see Forza Horizon 6 almost doubling this easily, probably hitting 10 million. I saw something about the game now having like 56 million players on Forza Horizon 5, bro. 6 could probably get 65 or so. Who knows? It could definitely have more because the overall hype is there. The game is brand new, and to be real, when it comes to new games and a lot of new racing games, there is honestly not much really going on right now. So I think a lot of players might end up going toward that and wanting to play something different, which we all do know. Forza is basically the only new racing game we will probably get until Grand Theft Auto 6, which is very weird to say. Very, very weird to say. I'm guessing that means the other racing games would get pushed back because they're not going to release a racing game within a few months or a month after GTA 6, bro. Like, that's definitely not happening. Biggest game launch ever. The devs are like, nah, we definitely ain't doing that. But one thing I gotta say, though, is I was talking about this in some of the old videos on how this game topped, like, the pre-order charts and all that, and it was selling insanely well, guys. But to see this game approaching 6 million sales, and what's really funny to me is you would probably think that other companies might see something like this and go, oh, maybe we should release our racing games, or oh, maybe we should actually make new racing games that people might want to get. You know, we've made a lot of great ones in the past, so let's make more. The game made over $320 million, bro. I mean, I am willing to bet right now that Motorfest probably hasn't even made $320 million, I bet. I mean, I kind of think about that. Like, I bet that game hasn't even hit a number like that. We all do know Test Drive has not gotten anywhere close to that, or the game would not be in a terrible situation right now. So it is clearly there that they could make a lot of money from these games if they were to really, put them out in there, because it's clear players are looking for good racing games, bro. We kind of need them. Like, EA, bring back Need for Speed, please. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that's just another game in the entire genre that people would enjoy or want to play. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm looking at it. And what's funny, though, is EA might not even have to make a brand new game legitimately right now. You all know what they could do? They could go through and do HD version upgrades of the old racing games like Most Wanted, Carbon, all those games that a lot of players loved, and they could just simply put them on the PS5, and I bet you people would buy them like absolute hotcakes, bro. I bet you they would make so much money from that, showing you that players definitely want this stuff still. You know what I'm saying? Like, build a racing game, go back and play the old ones, see the mistakes you made on the newer Need for Speeds, and just make one that people have really been looking for. You had great elements in every game there. Put them together and go all in, dude. I guarantee you they would make a ton of money. It's just crazy to me. I feel like all these games really could have their own spots. And what I mean by that exactly is just simply down to the fact of each game really having their own place in the genre. You know what I'm saying? Each game offers their own thing. That way players want to go play every single one of them or something and enjoy each game for what they do end up offering. Because we all do know Need for Speed had crazy customization. Police, right? That always set it apart. Stay in that and you will easily be pretty much going up and up. For me, the crew always had crazy classes and different things that dragged you into it. But now they've been kind of going away from that for a while, which is super frustrating, and I don't know why they're doing that. But y'all know what's kind of wild, though, is I could easily see all of these games coexisting in this entire genre. Everybody plays each of them because each game offers something else. That is honestly something that these games really need to focus on, dude. Like, realize what you have that makes you unique and just follow that instead of trying to follow the other games that are doing very well or popular, or, seeing how their formula is working for what they're doing and trying to copy it. But how about instead of trying to focus on that, why don't you really focus on what makes your game unique and just run with that? Because guess what? That would easily invite even more players into it, dude. I don't even understand how. This is not rocket science, man. I don't get it. The other thing I wanted to mention, though, is a lot of people were saying that Forza Horizon 6 won't be on PlayStation or something, or maybe because of the entire changes with Xbox and all that with the CEO of what they were saying and different things, that maybe they might make some of their games exclusive. But to be real, though, after seeing this, they made over $320 million on Forza, bro. There is no way they're just going to move that game back over to Xbox. There's a big market there. And they clearly know that, and people are like, man, I bet PlayStation won't even get Forza now. That's completely up in the air. Keep in mind, guys, it's already on the PlayStation. You can wishlist it. They're not just going to remove the game and put it back on Xbox. I did want to mention that because I did see people were kind of worried about it and stuff, but trust me, they made a ton of money. This game will be on PlayStation. They're probably going to have double that number on this game, and they'll most likely make a crazy amount of money on it. But do let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. I really feel like this is a clear sign to the other developers out there that there is clearly a market for these racing games. And to be real, I kind of hope seeing the sales numbers, like the other companies kind of noticing this, might end up making them go, dang, maybe we should, dip our feet in the pond or something and try to get our games out there. Maybe EA might wake up, who knows? But again, guys, let me know your thoughts on this. It's honestly pretty dang amazing, and I can't wait to see what Forza Horizon 6 does with its numbers when it launches. And I'm going to predict right now August to maybe September-ish, I'm thinking.